Oh, I think I'm on. I think I'm actually on. There might be some latency here, but I think I'm actually on live or about to be. I think there's like 18-second delay between what I'm broadcasting and what I'm seeing appear on my computer over there. I've got all kinds of equipment. Check out my new little switch over to my desktop. Oh, yes, I hear myself. Okay, good. Yes, my desktop is here, and then I have a little bit of a close up, so that's really cool. And I think what I decided to do for my little intro project is to show you how to make an envelope for any size card. It's a really easy thing, and I've been wanting to show this to you for a long time. I may have many years ago. And for those of you who don't know, I am Trisha Morris, and I'm here at Club Scrap, and we've been doing paper crafting, card making, scrapbooking for over 26 years here out of Neenah, Wisconsin. So I've learned a long time ago how to make an envelope for any size card because I used to make all kinds of wonky size cards, and now I kind of make standard size cards because I have all these card making formulas. But without further delay, let's just go ahead and switch my camera without having to do anything other than push this button. And now you should see my desktop here. You can see my computer, my iPad. I got all this technology, but I just want to keep everything handy while I'm getting this whole streaming thing figured out. So I've got some basic tools here: scissors, bone folder. You really don't even absolutely need a bone folder at all. I have the card. First, you're going to want to put a card into the envelope, and then I have a sheet of text weight paper. You can work with it plain side out, so you can address the envelope, or print side out. It's totally up to you. Maybe you want to put a label on it or something, so you can have the decorative paper on the outside, but it will look cool to have it on the inside too. I'm also using the Club Scrap's 3x14 grid ruler, and oh my goodness, I see we have people. Hi, friends. I'm going to type this because this is so cool. Friends. Hi, friends. Oh, I love it. I love that you're here helping to support me in my endeavors. I'm going to switch to my other camera to get a little bit more of a close-up. Oh, I have people here. They're commenting. I can see you. You can hear me. Pam's from Nashville, Ginny from Northeast Ohio. Oh, Susie, thank you for checking in, and Linda for the verification that you can see and hear me. Yay! All right. So anyway, back to my little project here, because I wanted to just have a project. So if you have a ruler, you don't have to have this one, but this one is really nice. I'm going to show you why in a second. And you have a card that you want to send. Measure that card from corner to opposite corner. And my friends, this is the way they measure televisions and screens and things like that. So if you've ever wondered why they say you have a 26-inch TV, but you measure it this way and it doesn't add up, that's why. Okay. So from corner to corner here, 0 to this end is 7 5/8. Now you don't have to be that accurate with it, but I'm going to be. So the only math you have to do beyond the measurement is add 1 inch. Add an inch. So 7 5/8 plus 1 is 8 5/8. Okay, remember that number. Now here I am at my trimmer, and if you don't have a trimmer like this, I do carry them at Club Scrap, and if I think of it when I update everything, I'll put a link to the trimmer in the description. What was the number again? 8 5/8. Okay, so I'm going to find 8 1/2 plus 1 halfway between 8 1/2 and 8 3/4. You got 8 5/8. You don't have to be that accurate with it, but anyway, then I'll stabilize on this text weight sheet of paper at that measurement and slice it. Then I'm going to rotate the paper and cut again at 8 5/8 to make a square. Ironic that there are squares on the paper as well. I love it. Okay, this is from our Freeway collection. And if this is new to some of you, I'd love to hear about that, because, you know, I know we kind of do provide the envelopes in our monthly card kits, but sometimes you do have an odd size card you want to make and send, and this is the solution. So I'm going to turn the paper over to the wrong side. You would do it the other way if you wanted the white on the outside of the envelope. And then I'm going to place it like a kerchief on my work surface, and then try to center the card. Now, a cool way to make sure the card is level is to utilize that 45-degree angle on my ruler's edge. So if I put the ruler with that 45-degree line along the edge of the paper itself, then I can sort of eyeball the center here, but I know that my card is nice and level. And I think that that's a kind of a cool thing. Okay, so now my card is sitting on my kerchief, And I'm going to pick up the bottom flap here and just fold it. And you don't want to be super tight with it. You want to be able to slide the card in and out of the envelope. Bring the top down. Now, I've seen other people show you how to make envelopes out of anything. Just make sure you give a nice crease at the corners there. And then what they do is they disassemble an existing envelope, trace around it, cut along the lines. I mean, this is just so much easier. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm going to take my scissors and remove those little triangles that were formed at each corner. All right, we got a few people here hanging out, leaving some comments. I wonder if I have to scroll. No, I don't know. Maybe Irma, you're my last comment that I have here. Okay, that's okay. Hopefully I'm still live. I think I am. Yes, there's quite a learning curve to all this technology, and all of you have been so patient with me through the years as I'm trying to expand my knowledge of tech and how it works. Okay, then look at this. If I bring my envelope back in here and I bring up the bottom, or bring in those side flaps, bring up the bottom, I already have a gorgeous envelope. And you can add your adhesive here. And maybe I'm not live anymore. Maybe it's not working. I don't know. Maybe I'm frozen. It could very well be. And that's the bottom part of the envelope, right? And then I can bring it down the top and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Okay, by virtue of the fact that nobody is commenting, I'm wondering if I'm frozen. Maybe not. I got 13 people watching and I didn't even tell anyone about this. Okay, well, I'm good. I'm still good. Okay, now check it out. All I did was push a button and I switched from that view to this view. How cool is that? So there is your envelope for any size card. Now remember, just measure from corner to opposite corner and then add the number 1. So add 1 inch. So if it was 3.5 inches from corner to corner, you would add 1. That would be 4.5. Cut a square to that size. And then just do the kerchief wrap thing. And if you happen to have the 3x14 grid ruler that helps you keep the envelope level while you're, turning on the flaps, it works like a charm. Okay, well, thank you all very much for joining me this evening while I do my very best to expand my technical knowledge in the use of multi-camera live streaming on YouTube. And I think I finally did it. I don't know what was different about the last 17 times I tried, but it worked this time. So I do hope to see you all on Wednesday of this week is the tentative schedule still for going live with the September kit. Let me see if there's any other comments here. This is great. I have a board to cut envelopes, but this is so much bright, so much better. Better than those templates where you have to cut around the whole outer edge, right? Okay, smooth. I am not frozen. Okay, I like it. Thank you all very much for joining me for this spontaneous, unannounced, but public live event here at Club Scrap. And I do look forward to seeing you all, hopefully, if everything goes well, at noon on Wednesday to spoil the September kit. And remember, Labor Day lands on a Monday, the earliest Labor Day it can possibly be. So while your membership process is on Monday, kits will start leaving the building on Tuesday. And if you're not a member and you're wondering what that's all about, be sure to look us up at clubscrap.com. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel too, so you don't miss any of these weird spontaneous live events. So I'm going to push this button and I'm going to end the stream and I'll see you on Wednesday, if not before, for another test.